Hello guys, so today's video is going to be all about how easy or how hard it is to make friends when you move halfway across the world and you don't know anybody. Some of you probably got some strong opinions on this one, so let us know in the comments what you think. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So my name's Sam. If you haven't joined me before, thanks for joining me. So this video is going to be all about how hard it is to make friends when you move abroad. So I've been here for 8 months now and I've made a few friends along the way, but I've heard a lot of stories from people saying how hard it can be to make friends out here. So I'm just going to go through my experience and what worked for me, and hopefully that will work for you too. So making friends in a new country is never easy. You feel out of your comfort zone, you're not quite sure how to act around new kinds of people, whether you'll fit in. It's quite daunting. Now, I made a big decision when I left the UK because I had a group of friends that I'd known for a very long time, basically since I was a kid. So I always knew that I would never probably find a friendship quite like that when I got here. But I was quite surprised at how quick I did make friends. Now, obviously this is going to be different for everyone. If you're an introvert, then obviously it's going to be harder than most. Obviously, if you watch these videos, then you probably know that I'm not really an introvert, I'm quite an extrovert. But, you know, it doesn't mean that it's impossible to make friends. Now, one of the weird things about moving to Australia is that you tend to gravitate to people that have gone through the same experiences as yourself. So that would mean expats like myself, but it doesn't mean solely that that's the only friends that I've made here. One of my good friends that I've made here is a really down-to-earth Australian fella, and you know, he wouldn't even know that this video is being made. He's not into social media, he doesn't care for it, he just lives on a farm, he's all about his kids, and do you know what? Stand-up fella, and I love going to spend time with him down at his farm, and the kids just get on so well and have such an amazing experience every time we go there that usually one of my daughters has an actual meltdown because she doesn't want to leave, and that's pretty much. So when I first moved here, I was really worried about making friends. I was thinking it took me a long time in the UK to make friends, and I've had basically the same set of friends, the same 3 friends since I was a little kid really, and even leaving them was quite a hard thing to do because you don't get friends like that just by moving away. So I was well aware that I was never going to have that same childhood bond that I have with my mates back in the UK. But so you've probably heard it all before. Making friends in Australia is easy. Everybody here is so friendly. Everyone's so laid back, chilled. Well, yeah, that is true, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to make it easy. It depends on what kind of person you are. Now, like I said, it's not going to be easy to make friends straight away. You are going to come through different experiences, different kinds of people, but it is about just putting yourself out there. It's easier said than done, but for example, when I moved here, the best thing that I did was take my kids to school for their first few weeks of them being in school, and got to know some of the other parents. And that's where the guy I was telling you about, who lives on the farm, we became good friends through our children, which obviously is a great sort of leg up, if you like. If you tend to have children, the chances are you'll end up making friends a lot quicker and a lot easier than people that don't, basically. Now, social events are something that you're going to have to try and put yourself out there and do, even if you feel uncomfortable. It's just about making that effort. Now, a lot of people I see moaning on social media, I can't make friends, yada yada yada, but they are willing to put in the effort to go and do these things. Now, I have a sister-in-law who's here with us, and she is quite how would she explain herself? She would say that she's a little bit socially awkward. I wouldn't, but she does. So that's coming from her, not me. and she put herself into like a art gallery sort of thing. So she's very into art, that's what she does. She's doing a degree in it. She went and met some people that work in an art gallery nearby where we live, and she's made a group of little friends with them already. Now don't get me wrong, they are a little bit older than she is, and probably not the sort of people that she's gonna, you know, be hanging about with on a regular basis, but she's still making connections. And if she goes out with them and, I don't know, they have daughters or whatever, then maybe they'll become friends with them. You just don't know. So all I can say to you is, if you are thinking about moving here and you're an introvert, it's going to be hard. But if you can put yourself out there, go onto social media, join some Facebook groups, just reach out to other people, then you'll probably be all right. Now, when it comes to your friends back home, contacting them and staying in touch is going to be a lot harder than you would think. It's one of the things that I found when I moved here, thinking that's okay, there's WhatsApp, video calls, all that sort of stuff, we'll be fine, we'll be able to keep in touch. Well, a 7 or 8 hour time difference can make a massive difference and make it really hard to stay in touch. It's hard enough just getting in contact with my parents, let alone my friends that are busy working, and then when they get home have got their own family lives. It doesn't mean that you can't keep in contact with them. If you are someone that can, you know, stay up till 10, 11 o'clock at night to have a chat with somebody, then fair enough. But me, as a busy family man, gets to about 8:30 at night and my eyelids are gone. So I do find it rather difficult. Now, one of the things I even did, which I never thought I'd be saying this at the age of 34, is that I even joined a bowls team. That's right, not as in like bowling, as in 10-pin bowling, as in old man bowls, which you usually associate with 60 to 70 year olds back in the UK. Well, here in Australia it's quite a popular thing. Well, I say in Australia, here where I am in WA, it seems to be a popular thing. And do you know what? It's very social. You have a drink, you have a laugh, you don't take it too seriously, and yeah, it's just a good crack. So if you have moved to Australia and you're looking for some sort of way to meet people, then maybe think about trying to join up to a bowls team. Trust me, it's more fun than you think. Now, I will say, one of the things that I've learned from a lot of people that I've spoke to here that are expats, whether they be British, South African, I speak to quite a lot of South Africans, is that basically everybody's had a story of their experience of moving here, and it usually always starts with quite a negative story. There's always something that happened, some kind of big hurdle that they had to get over, but it always ends out to be one of the best decisions that they ever made, sticking with it. So if you're finding yourself in a situation where you're longing to go back to the UK and feeling like you've made a bad decision, all I can say to you is things will get better. You just have to give them time. Just remember, anything in life that's worth doing is going to be hard. So don't beat yourself up. Don't take it for granted either. Just live your life and hopefully things will work out. It's not easy, but you'll get there. People here as well, in small communities like here, friendly. A lady walking a dog just come up to me, just gave me some advice on where to find jobs and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's nice when you're in a close-knit community like this. It's something I've always wanted, something I wanted for my children, to grow up being part of a community rather than just being a number in a big city. So yeah, hopefully they get to live the life that I always sort of wanted, I guess. And I guess we always want things that we don't have, things that we're not accustomed to. So they might grow up one day and they might want to go live in the city. It's more than likely going to happen. Living in a small town all their life, they're probably going to want to adventure out and yeah, explore what's about. And unfortunately, that is just life. Anyway guys, thank you for joining me on this little video, this journey. I am going to pop off and yeah, pick up my friend from work and go do something fun. I might catch up with you in a minute, who knows?